So we get to do an opening Joyce song with you. And today, some of you, raise your hand if you're experiencing us here today for the first time. Okay, some new folks. We noticed that when Reverend Marty's away, the mice will play, and a lot decided not to show up today. Oh, okay. They're on that metaphysical time. Well, we know it's okay that they're not here right now, because everything will be okay in the end. And if it's not okay, it's not the end. Okay, so we're going to sing that. For you newer folks, Angelina and I like to get inspired by watching movies. And there was a great movie out back in 2013 called The Best Exotic Marigold Hotel. And the young innkeeper always said that when anybody would complain. He would always say, everything would be okay at the end. They'd say, well, it's not okay now, but it will not be the end. And that is a great way to say what Unity talks about, which is divine order. That's a fun way to do it. Okay, let's sing along. Everything will be okay in the end. If it's not okay, it's not the end. Everything will be okay in the end. If it's not okay, it's not the end. Everybody sing it now. Everything will be okay in the end. If it's not okay, it's not the end. Nothing in this universe will ever last. So if you're feeling low, this too shall pass. Nothing in this universe will ever last. So if you're feeling low, this too shall pass. Because everything will be okay in the end. If it's not okay, it's not the end. Everything will be okay in the end. If it's not okay, it's not the end. Sha-la-la-la, sha-la-la-la-la, sha-la-la-la-la-la. Every happy song has to have some sha-la-la-la. Even when the darkness seemed to hide you away, after every night, a brand new day. Even when the darkness seemed to hide you away, after every night, a brand new day. Because everything will be okay in the end. If it's not okay, it's not the end. Just the audience. Everything will be okay in the end. If it's not okay, it's not the end. It's sha-la-la-la time. La-la-la-la-la-la, la-la-la-la-la-la. La-la-la-la-la, la-la-la-la-la-la. Okay, here comes the tricky part, people. Even when it all just seems to go your way, don't get attached, it's gonna change. Even when it all just seems to go your way, no matter how many times you show the secret, it's still gonna change. But that's okay, you know. Everything will be okay in the end. If it's not okay, it's not the end. Just the audience. Everything will be okay in the end. If it's not okay, it's not the end. It's not the end. It's not the end. Some people like the weather. Wait a day. It's not the end. It's not the end. People leave all the talk about TV or politics. It's not the end. It's not the end. No chorus, no hand, but this is the end.
Today I walk in the light of divine love. With clarity and conviction, I dwell in peace. Wisdom governs my thoughts, words, and actions. Spirit guides me in a life of wholesome service. Today I walk in the light of divine love.
And so it is. Yes, you may be seated. Thank you.
We're going to walk in that divine love by affirming, peace I am, peace in every moment, peace in every moment, peace I am, even when I watch the news. Peace I am, peace in every moment, peace in every moment, peace I am. Peace I am, peace in every moment, peace in every moment, peace I am. Peace I am, peace in every moment, peace in every moment, peace I am. Join us if you like. Peace I am, peace in every moment, peace in every moment, peace I am. Wonderful. Peace I am, peace in every moment, peace in every moment. Peace I am. Peace I am. Peace in every moment. Peace in every moment. Peace I am. And breathing these words in as we prepare for meditation. As we know, everything's in divine order. As we know that peace is available to us at all times. Quieting the mind, reconnecting with the mind of God. Contemplation and meditation, along with prayer. Help us to remember the truth of who we are. Allow the music now to take you on your very own sacred journey into the peace of God. begin to bring your awareness to your physical body, your chair, this holy sanctuary of sacredness where we come not only to remember the truth of who we are, but to remind others of their divinity, perfection. To take this message out through small groups and into our community, sharing all through the week, getting recharged and sharing these ancient truths. Knowing that only in this holy now moment can we truly experience the peace of God. Thank you, Great Spirit, Father, Mother God, and so it is. Amen. All is well, all is well, God is balanced, all is well, there's perfection everywhere, all is well. So our special music today is going to tie into our service because this is a brand new song that you folks that have seen us. We've been coming to Unity of Charlotte since about 2002. And I know there are a few of you that we know since 2002. If you raise your hand and go back that far with us. Okay, lots. A couple of different locations, a few different ministers, same fabulous, awesome Unity of Charlotte energy. So we always feel so welcome here. I remember one time I called the church and Alan answered. He must have seen my name in caller ID. Armand, when are y'all coming back? That's very special because a lot of times I call churches and they say, who? All right. Great to have the choir here and sing that. Did somebody in the congregation write that song that you all sang? It's a fabulous song. It sounded like you made it your own. So thank you for that. So we're going to do a song based upon a spiritual principle. I have a tendency to take slogans and turn them into songs. So we already heard everything will be okay in the end. You know, there is only one presence and one power, and I like God to be good. Omnipotent, that became a song. And this is a song that I wrote after hearing a slogan that has really changed our life, but mostly me, because I tend to get attached and disappointed. Anybody ever get attached and disappointed? Just so you know, attachment and disappointment are lovers. They're always together. And so try to stay away from them because they'll bring the other one in. You know? Okay, so, but there's a great slogan that really helps me whenever I find myself moving towards disappointment, and it is this. There's no such thing as rejection, just God pointing us in another direction. How does that feel? And of course it rhymed. Hello, my friend. A guy here that's given up going to his own church to be with us today. Thank you, my brother Thomas, right? Good to see you. All right, so every time I start to go where I think I should go, and all of a sudden something else shows up, I can feel my smile turning to a frown. And Angela will say, there's no such thing as rejection. Just God pointing us in another direction. Now, I'll give you an example of that. Anybody ever felt really terrible about something that happened and it turned out good in the long run? Okay, go ahead and go to that good place in advance. Doesn't mean you have to understand it. Doesn't mean it'll be fun. Doesn't mean you can't cry. But try to bring your consciousness to that place of divinity and perfection in advance. For many of us, that was when we found out that our first marriage was not going to last forever. It turned out good for us.
And for us too.
Yeah, you see? There's no such thing as rejection, just God pointing us in another direction. So I decided to write a song, and somehow it turned into a pirate song. Any aspiring pirates out there? How much does it cost for a pirate to get their ears pierced? $2. A buccaneer. Thank you. Okay, so let's sing our pirate song. It goes like this. There's no such thing as rejection. It's God pointing us in another direction. Na 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 na. That's it. You got it? Okay, let's do it. There's no such thing as rejection. It's God pointing us in another direction. It's never rejection. It's God pointing us in another direction. Hey! There's no such thing as rejection. It's God pointing us in another direction. It's never rejection. It's God pointing us in another direction. Na, 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 na. On the day that I was born, it smacked upon my cheeks. You'd think that I would ascertain the world is rather bleak. But I heard a voice of wisdom, and in my ear would ring. Don't think the world is against you, cause there's no such thing. Don't think the world is against you, cause there's no such thing. You're talking there's no such thing as rejection. It's not pointing us in another direction. It's never rejection. It's not pointing us in another direction. No, 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 no. At an early age, I knew true love would be my quest. Though many trials and tribulations would be new test. There were a dozen lovely maidens, much heartache they would bring. I thought the world was against me, but there's no such thing. I thought the world was against me, but there's no such thing. You're talking. There's no such thing as rejection. It's not pointing us in another direction. It's never rejection. It's not pointing us in another direction. No, 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 no. Into my village, becoming fully realized, I trust my mistake. My quest is done, I found my bride, this holy grail I bring. The world was never against us, there's no such thing. The world was never against us, cause there's no such thing. You're done. What's a pirate's favorite sport? Archery. How much does it cost for a pirate to get a peg and a hook? Unarmed. Okay, that's enough pirate jokes. Okay, so our message today is getting high on God. So we are going to be doing that. And one wonderful way I used to get high on God when I was a kid was when a man would come out on TV and make me feel like I was absolutely a special, perfect child of God. Now, I didn't always feel that in my home life. But when this guy would come on TV, I would feel that way. And they came out with a movie about him last year called Won't You Be My Neighbor? I'd like to dedicate this next segment to him. Try to cheer up, boys. Morris definitely doesn't need this message. He's high on God all the time. Are you ready to sing, boys and girls? It's a beautiful day in this neighborhood, a beautiful day for a neighbor. Would you be mine? Could you be mine? It's a neighborly day in this beauty wood, a neighborly day for a beauty. Would you be mine? Could you be mine? Won't you be my neighbor? Good morning, boys and girls. Welcome to Angelina and Armand's neighborhood. It's a special day. It's customary. Well, first off, you might be wondering why my shoes don't match. It's because I'm a cross-dresser. Well, that's not totally true. I like to wear mismatched shoes. Things a little crazy to remind myself of the number one cause of premature aging and degenerative disease. And that is taking yourself in life too seriously. Spoken like true unitics. That's what we call you behind your back. All right, so yes, we don't want to do that. We don't want to do that. I've heard it put this way. We need to have a balance between our left brain, which is our sense brain, and our right brain, which is our nonsense brain. We have to have a balance of sense and nonsense. If you go too far to either extreme, your life won't work as well. So I don't think you're going to have any problem with y'all. Y'all are nice, strong, balanced people. Okay, so it's customary to have a special word or phrase. And again, our phrase today is called getting high. You didn't know you were going to come to church today to get high. Actually, that's why you go to church, is to get high. Okay? We have all these substitutes for the high of God that are out there. And we usually end up in 12-step groups because of them. Okay? They become addictive and they're not good for us. But the longing that people that become addicts have, that longing is a natural longing. It's a longing for what's missing in their lives. I've heard it called spiritual divine discontent. Okay, so sometimes you have a discontent if you're in a situation that's not right for you and it doesn't quite feel right. It will guide you in another direction. If we don't have the spiritual high, I really believe that we will feel that divine discontent and we will try to seek out the imitation high. And that will always let us down because it's kind of like feeling like you're hungry, so you eat a bowl of whipped cream. The growling stops for a moment, but did that really nourish you? So we're looking for spiritual nourishment, and that will raise us up and make us feel naturally high. Now, one of the greatest ways as humans that we can get that high is being around people that remind us of our beauty. Okay? You ever been a little bit down, call up a friend, and you feel great afterwards? They got you high. Okay? That's a beautiful thing. So now that doesn't mean that we have to shun people that don't see our beauty, but we don't want to spend as much time with them. Okay? Sometimes you just have to be with them for a reason, for a moment, for an event, but you want to spend the majority of your time around people that get you. And the ones that will get you the most high when you're with them, are you ready? Are the ones that know all your shadow. Because what happens when you're around someone that knows all your shadow stuff and they still see the Christ in you, you don't have to prove anything anymore. You don't have to be afraid anymore. Oh, I don't want to show them blah, 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 that side of me. They see the Christ in you and they know all that stuff. That is one of the greatest benefits of long-term relationships and marriages, is because these people, believe me, you spend a few years living with somebody, they don't know your shadow. Yeah, we actually, in the very beginning, when we were all full of love drugs, we used to agree on everything, and now we rarely agree.
That is not true.
See? Sorry about the corn. Okay. And so we're going to sing a song now. I used to be a YOU sponsor. That is the 14 to 18-year-olds in the unity movement. And I did music for the Southeast retreats, and many people from here over the years used to come to those retreats. And I went to a 3-day youth rally, and when I left that place, I was literally floating on air. And I realized I just got high on the love and the exuberance and enthusiasm of these people. And I thought, that's what we're all looking for. That kind of high, that natural high that doesn't have a hangover. Okay? And so this song is called I Get High on YOU. YOU is the Youth of Unity. You can look at somebody that you really like hanging out with, and you can look at them. This woman, I picked the perfect person because she keeps me high all the time. Because she sees the Christ in me even when I don't. You got anybody in your life that sees the Christ in you when you don't and reminds you? That's another great reason for a long-term relationship, whether it's a romantic relationship or a friendship, an intimate friendship where you know each other's stuff all the time. So those things over time build and you get a better buzz the longer you're around somebody and the longer they know you and love you anyway. So, okay, hopefully you'll repeat after me. This is I Get High on YOU. 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 I don't need a train. Don't need a train. I don't need a ship. Don't need a ship. I don't need a plane. Don't need a plane. To take this trip. Take this trip. I don't want a drug. Don't want a drug. I don't want a brew. Don't want a brew. I get high. I get high. On YOU. On YOU. I get high 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 on YOU. You little girl. You're a little girl. You little boy. You're a little boy. Need to come out. Need to come out. And feel the joy. And feel the joy. I see you as young and wild. Young and wild. In God's eyes. In God's eyes. You're still a child. You're still a child. I get high on YOU. 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 Follow me and you'll get high too. Follow me and get high too. All right. So you probably all heard at some point in your life that we are children of God, right? Do you know how you know you're not an adult of God? Because it doesn't say that in any book. Did you ever read that? You are adults of God. You must be children of God. Because what does the child represent? Excitement, innocence, divinity, trust, inner knowing, our inner child. Fun. What was that? Purity. Purity. Yeah, and guess what? That is the truth of who you are. Over life, over time, some things kind of shift. If you notice, if you got older, we always say we're not really getting old, but we are aging. And with aging, some shifts happen. One of the greatest things with aging is wisdom. Right? What's the old saying? Where does good judgment come from? It comes from experience. Where does experience come from? Bad judgment. So every time you do something that's really a bad judgment and you feel bad about it, you go, wow, am I going to learn from that? Awesome. You can turn anything into a positive. You can hire anything. Somebody flipped me off the other day and I went, I'm number one. You can look at it any way you want. Any way you want. It's great. Look for the positivity. Angelina, when I go to positivity, she calls me Pollyanna, but Pollyanna is a good thing. Who wants to bring their Pollyanna out, to see the brightness in life, see the positivity in life? Sometimes people will tell me, oh, I know what kind of churches you speak at. You speak at those feel-good churches. Yeah, you do. Where do you want to go? Someplace makes you feel terrible about yourself? Oh, yeah, unity is a feel-good church, but it's not because unity is in denial of shadow. It's not that unity is in denial of negativity. No, unity recognizes negativity in order to make changes from it. but doesn't stay there and dwell there. Okay, so we see the cup is half empty and the cup is half full, and then we focus on the cup half full. Okay, that is not denial. That is affirmative prayer. That's why Unity's prayers are affirmative. We're affirming in advance what we desire. We can spend our whole life on the sickness, or we can start focusing on the health. Okay, we can spend our life on what we don't have, or we can get high on focusing on what we do have. And here's another great thing you can do to get high if you start to think that you don't have what you want. So, you say, what do I want? I want blah, blah, blah. And you add this word, why? Why do I want it? So let's say it's finances. A lot of times people say, well, the reason I want more finances is so I can feel more freedom. The reason I want more finances is so I can become more generous. Why? That's all right. Life goes the way it goes, right, choir? There's no such thing as rejection, just God pointing us in another direction. So we can just be in that spirit of just trusting all the time that everything's going right. And when you ask yourself why, you can get to the why and start acting that way. So give an example. I would like to, this is the truth, I would like for more money to flow into me and Angelina's bank account. Why? So we can feel more free. Well, why don't we start feeling free now? Okay. I'd like for more money to flow into our bank account so we can be more generous with other people. Anybody ever do that one? You know, we want to be more generous? Start being more generous. See, you can start to feel the way you would when the gift comes, even if you don't have it. Now, there's a lot of teachers out there that teach you that when you get into that vibration, it actually attracts the thing to you. But to me, that's secondary. The most important part, because have anybody ever done everything right, read The Secret, watched it 7 times, did everything affirmation perfect, and that thing didn't come? Okay, that's all right. If you get into the place of joy in advance, then if it doesn't come, you already feel the way you're looking to feel. You're already there in consciousness, even if the physical how doesn't show up the way you think it should show up, but you'll be in a joyous place. So you will be getting high. Now, one of the most challenging things for us as humans is feeling separate. Feeling separate and afraid, losing our faith. You probably heard that fear is false evidence appearing real. Faith is feeling all right in the heart. So we can choose to feel all right in the heart even when things don't make sense. Now, F-E-A-R, if you're being chased by a wild animal, forget everything and run. Okay. But we can get to that place of faith in advance. Separation, feeling disconnected from our brothers and sisters is one of the greatest ways for us to lose our God high. And one of the programs in Unity that teaches us so much, there's only one presence, one power in my life and in the universe. We are one. Namaste, right? That concept of oneness, I believe, gives folks that believe in it an advantage because it'll be more difficult for us with all these tools. Who's got a tool shed full of stuff you've been learning and you thought your whole life? You got some good tools. You can fix almost anything with that. We pick up tools more and more. My mom used to say, what are you reading a book on? I'd say, well, it's the same stuff I always read a book on. She goes, why are you reading that? I go, because all the books in Unity are basically saying the same thing with different tools. Different tools. They're all talking about oneness. They're all talking about how to step into your own prosperity. They're all basically telling you how to get high on life so you will have a practical, awesome experience of life. So you just get out a different tool and mess with it. There are a lot of tools, but Unity, to me, of all the different teachings I've ever studied, gives the most tools on oneness. Okay, Unity was ahead of the curve when civil rights and things like that were going on, bringing in, we don't judge people for their race or the color of their skin, right? So Unity was ahead of the curve. Unity was ahead of the curve with the LGBT community, right? Unity was ahead of the curve. I remember when I first heard it in an actual mission statement. We embrace all sexual orientations. That took a while, but eventually I heard that. Now recently I was talking about oneness and somebody said, what about transgender? And I said, well, didn't I cover that? And all the things I said race, I said religion, I said, orientation. They said, no, orientation is who you want to go to sleep with. Gender is who you want to go to sleep as. So I got an education. So I learned something else. So again, it's all about continuing to grow and expand your circle of oneness. Now raise your hand if you believe you have a huge circle of oneness. Oh yeah, awesome. Don't judge people for their race. Don't judge people for their religion. Don't judge people for their sex. Don't judge people for their orientation. Don't judge people for their gender. Y'all doing that good? How's that feel? It feels awesome because separation feels terrible. So when you feel good. Now, anybody ever judge anybody for their political orientation? Okay, how's that feel?
Awful.
Not so good. Again, you're going into that separateness. Now, we're not going to do, what do they say? Don't talk about religion or politics if you want to have a nice conversation. Let's talk about both. But let's talk about it from a consciousness standpoint. Okay? In unity, we embrace all people's spiritual paths. Angela and I were in these little, they're like the coexist bumper sticker. They got 10 little spiritual symbols to remind me and others that see it that we are all one. Okay? Now, that makes you feel good. You know that we're all one. Religions, races, everything. But in politics, we got some work to do. Why? Because there's still a little part of our ego that goes, God, just give me someone to judge. This unity stuff where everybody's doing the best they can, given the current state of consciousness, I get that, but the ego just wants somebody to judge. And goes, aha, that blue person. I don't like blue people. Oh, that red person. I don't like those red people. Anybody ever do that? Now, I'm not talking about not being standing up for what you believe. That's awesome. I'm not talking about not being an activist. I'm not talking about don't vote. And I'm not talking about becoming centrist. I'm talking about embracing the unity principle that says we are all one and we need to embrace all orientations. I like to use politics and use the word orientation after it. Don't judge someone for their political orientation. Another word I like to put after it is religion. Have you ever noticed that people are very, very adamant about their religious beliefs? Have you noticed that people are equally or more adamant about their political beliefs? And they will try to tell you that their religion or politic is the right one and you're all going to help. Love them the way you would a super fundamentalist evangelist that was telling you the same thing. You've had practice with that, haven't you? You just go, you know, somebody told me, do you believe Jesus died for your sins? And I said, in unity, I'll tell you how I believe. I believe Jesus died for your sins. And they go, what do you mean? And I said, because that's your belief, and you believe that, and that's fine for you to believe that. That's just not my belief. Versus an argument that I would have had 20 years ago telling why. Why? And we can do the same thing with politics. Why do we need to argue that somebody else's religion is different than ours, try to make them wrong, try to be righteous? The only reason you would want to do that is because your ego is trying to get them to change. But that's different than promoting what you believe in. That's fine. But we've gone beyond promotion into disrespect and calling people names. And we need to move away from that. So the way I think of it is, there may be blue players in the left field, there may be red players in the right field, but the whole baseball team is on a purple field and we better need to work together. I like to think of left and right like wings on a bird. They fly good when they do this, but here's how the American bird is flying now. Right? How the heck are we going to fly, folks? Okay, so anyway, I'll get letters on this comment today. But anyway, so one of the greatest tools we can use in all circumstances is everything is happening exactly the way it's supposed to be happening. Everyone is doing the best they can at any given moment with the tools and the consciousness that they have in that moment. Everything's in divine order. This too shall pass. Everything will be okay in the end. And There's no such thing as rejection, just God pointing us in another direction. Now, at the end of our meditation, we gave you a little bit of a song, just as a little bit of a teaser. All is well. All is well. How challenging is it to watch TV and know that all is well, regardless of what side of the field you're on? It's not easy sometimes. That's when we have to go deeper into our consciousness and know that all is well. And that doesn't mean you can't be an activist to promote what you want. That's the trick. You do it with joy. You don't do it with fear. Okay, you want to keep your high? You might want to keep the TV off a lot. Because that is a buzzkill. Okay, so Angelina's going to sing the full version of All Is Well, and we're going to leave the sermon part of today with those simple 3 words. And if you can have those in your time, let me ask you a question. Do you believe that Jesus believed that all was well? Do you believe that Buddha believed that all was well?
Yeah.
Those dudes were high, man. On God. They were high. Okay, next one. Are you feeling high? Woo!
Armand and Angelina want everyone to have their music, so they offer their CDs on a suggested exchange basis. So please take what you desire, give from your heart, and feel free to tithe in the future if you don't have it. So, and now please join me in the prayer of protection. The light of God
surrounds us. The love of God enfolds us. The power of God protects us. And the presence of God watches over us. Wherever we are, God is, and all is well. Peace that was meant to be.